That was it? The song? Just to walk out. Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Good. Yeah.
On behalf of the Chinese Student Association, I want to thank you all so much for taking the time to come out. My name, if you don't know me, my name is George. I'm not on board this year. I graduated 2 years ago. I'm an alumni for CSA and kind of like an advisor to them. So something different about this group right here is I could say that they're probably the most dedicated and talented group that I have seen in the past 6 years. This club started 6 years ago, and today it's truly a beautiful thing that what they put hard work into and also the short amount of time. So if you can, give me a round of applause for all the volunteers and all the board members. It's interesting because I hosted this, they asked me to come back and host, and I was like, but it's my birthday. But, other than that, whether it's my birthday or not, I'm more than happy to come and see all of the board members and all, just the beautiful faces here again. So it is my honor to basically just say that we, as a culture club, just want to talk about the Chinese culture, spread awareness. We come together, we're not a traditional Chinese club. We're actually an American Chinese club. Some of us are not Chinese, some of us are Vietnamese. I'm Vietnamese and Chinese. Some of us are Cambodian, Garrett, right? Some of us here are Filipino, and all different kind of race. That's the main part, but also the most important aspect of the club is basically sharing the culture of the Chinese way. So tonight, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna show you back errors, thousands of years. Maybe compare them to back in the BCs and then to modern day. Okay? So with that said, I want to introduce you to a incredible man. He is the president of CSA. He's also going to be my co-host too. So we're going to have two co-hosts walking back and forth as well and trying to keep you entertained as well. So please help me welcome the president of the Chinese Students Association, Act1.
Like George said, my name is Act1. I'm the current 2013-2014 CSA president. And I'm really happy to be standing in front of all you guys tonight, just because I remember being a freshman myself and coming to my first CSA talent show when George was actually hosting it. And it was definitely a lot smaller back then. That was 5 years ago.
5
years ago. That was 4 years ago at that point. So it's safe to say these past few years, CSA has grown as a club. We've utilized a lot of our culture into our talent formals and all of that. And so tonight's theme is actually one night.
One night, 1,000.
One night, 1,000 autumns. And so this actually derives from a Chinese proverb. It's called Yi Wan Chen Shu, and that is literally translated into 1 night, 1,000 years. And so since we only have you guys here for one night, we hope to show you guys 1,000 years worth of history in this one night. But before we can start the show, I'd like to introduce all of you guys to Kiana. She's going to talk about the charity foundation that we have going on tonight. So if everybody can give a round of applause to Kiana.
Hi everyone, I'm Kiana, and I'm also part of the CSA club that is hosting the show tonight. I'm here to inform you guys more of the non-profit organization we'll be supporting tonight. The organization is known as the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, and I just have a quick question. Does anyone know what multiple sclerosis is? what is it, Andrew?
You can talk about it better than I can.
Well, since Andrew can elaborate on it, I can tell you guys that multiple sclerosis is a disease that is affected through the spinal cord and brain that can result in loss of muscle control, vision, balance, and sensation. I didn't know what it was either until I was diagnosed with it last year, and since then I've overcome many hardships such as having to teach myself how to walk again through therapy and not being able to hold items without shaking. And now I've been through times where I can't even write.
How does that affect your schoolwork?
You would think that I'd just be sitting in class, looking at the professor, falling asleep during lectures, but I have note takers and proctors to take exams. I encourage you guys to support the organization because the organization strives to fund money to find a cure for MS. So it's for a better life for people like me.
So, I actually do remember her being diagnosed. I remember you had to take a semester off, or just to basically be able to do things that she said, relearn how to write, relearn how to walk. What else?
Relearn how to write.
Write too. So.
I haven't been able to write for about a year, and it's really hard. Like, you know how people say like you can try to be ambidextrous, but you can use your left and right. But I can just use my left for like eating and stuff. But when I tried writing, I was like, I think I might stick to my right hand instead, even though it's sloppy.
So really, what I really look up to you because, you know, even though you're diagnosed, but you never give up to just basically being yourself. So I want to give her another round of applause for doing that. So basically, if you donate $3, all the proceeds go to the Multiple Sclerosis Society. So all the food you're eating basically goes there. So eat more, donate more. Okay, thank you, Kiana.
So without further ado, let's start our show. Our first performer is actually going to be a line dance group. If you guys have never seen a line dance group or heard of a line dance group before, their performances usually performed in front of like special audiences, like maybe a business opening or like special occasions. And so we have the privilege of having our own line dance show. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you guys to Risen, and they're going to open CSA 4th Annual Talent Formal. All right, give them a round of applause.
of, I think Tai Chi too.
Yes.
No, it does, right? Because you have to move the body and jump in. Did they hit something?
It takes a big athlete to do this. All right, they're huffing and puffing back there. But we're going to introduce the next performance of the night.
Before we introduce this beautiful young lady coming up, but I want to introduce our judges.